Madam Sarah, our angel. I remember that day clearly. The sky was dull, like it wanted to cry. Madam Sarah had just returned from the market where she was selling fresh red pepper. She had been doing this for many years, always coming back tired, her feet dusty, her wrapper soaked with sweat. As she entered her small room in the one-room apartment, she noticed something strange. The door was not locked the way she left it. She looked around and called out, "John?" She walked in slowly. On the floor near the center table, she saw a folded paper. It had her name on it, Sarah. She bent down, picked it up with shaking hands, and opened it. The letter read, "I can't do this anymore. I have moved on. I found someone who can give me a child. You have failed me. I want a real family. Don't look for me." Her hands dropped. Her heart felt like it broke into pieces. She screamed. That scream shook our compound. Everyone came out, including me. I was just a young man then, a neighbor. That was the first time I truly saw pain on someone's face. After that day, Madam Sarah stopped talking much. She didn't laugh again. She still went to the market every morning to sell pepper, but her eyes always looked far away, like she was talking to herself inside her mind. People whispered behind her back. "That's the woman her husband left," they said. Some laughed, others pitied her. But nobody helped her. 6 months passed. One evening, while walking home from the market, she saw something that changed everything. At the junction near her street, she saw 6 children selling pure water. They looked tired, dirty, and hungry. The eldest girl was about 15. Her name was Blessing. She had tears in her eyes but tried to hide it. Madam Sarah asked, "Why are you children out here this late?" Blessing replied, "We are trying to sell so we can buy food for our brothers and sisters." Blessing explained everything. 1 year ago, their parents died in a car crash. Their relatives said they were cursed and refused to take them in. The children tried to survive on their own. No cousin or uncle helped them. They said the children were witches. They were chased away from the family house. Madame Sarah stood still, shocked. She looked at the children again. The 3 boys were named David, John, and Sam. The other girls were Grace and Peace. They reminded her of herself, rejected, alone, but still standing. She looked at them and asked, "Have you eaten today?" Blessing shook her head. She took them home, all 6. Even though her house was small and she was very poor, she gave them food and a place to sleep. The next morning, I saw her washing clothes by hand. Behind her, the children were sweeping the compound and fetching water. They had become a family overnight. From that day, she started working harder. She sold pepper, did cleaning jobs, and sometimes helped traders carry goods just to make more money. She used the little she earned to buy food, clothes, and pay for school fees. Even when she had nothing left for herself, she made sure the children ate. Sometimes she fell sick, but she kept moving. She would say, "If I give up, who will take care of them?" They called her Mama, and truly she became their mother. Even though they didn't share the same blood, they shared something stronger, love. School was not easy. Madame Sarah had no husband, no helper, but she made sure the children all went to school. She would wake up by 4 a.m., cook, wash, and prepare them one by one. Some days she could not afford books or sandals. The children went barefoot. Some classmates laughed at them, but they never stopped going to school. Blessing, the eldest, always told the others, "Let's make Mama proud. She believes in us. We must believe in ourselves, too." Madam Sarah sometimes sold pepper all day and came back to boil only Gary and ground-up for dinner. Still, the children never complained. At school, the teachers noticed how smart the children were. Even without food sometimes, they still passed their exams. They were always helping one another. Years passed. The children grew. David loved computers. Sam liked fixing things. Grace was a born leader. Peace could draw anything. John and Blessing loved books. One day, a teacher submitted Blessing's essay to a writing competition. She won. The prize was a scholarship to a big school in Abuja. After Blessing left, more doors began to open. David got selected for a tech boot camp. Sam got an apprentice job at a mechanic shop. The children started bringing in small money to help Mama. They never forgot where they came from. They all said the same thing: we will not let Mama suffer again. And they meant it. A journalist heard about their story. He visited and wrote an article. The story went viral. People couldn't believe it. A barren woman raising 6 orphans to greatness? Soon, interviews came. TV shows invited them. NGOs gave grants. Scholarships were offered to all of them. One school even built a small learning center in their name, the Sarah Foundation for Orphans. But despite all the attention, they remained humble. They still lived in the same compound until they were sure they could move their mama to a better place. Larissa and me watched all this from next door. I was in awe. I had never seen love grow into this kind of miracle before. One day, the uncles and aunties that abandoned the children came back. They came with smiles, gifts, and sweet words. But Blessing said, "Where were you when we begged for food? Where were you when we slept in the cold?" The others stood behind her. David added, "We already have a family. We don't need yours anymore." The uncles left in shame. Some cried fake tears, but it was too late. The children had chosen love, not blood. That day, Madame Sarah cried again, but this time it was tears of joy. "I didn't birth them," she said, "but God gave them to me." The children bought a house for Madame Sarah, a real house, with tiled floors, water, light, and a big kitchen. They hired a nurse to take care of her. They made her rest. "You've worked enough, Mama," they told her. They even opened a small pepper business in her name, Sarah's Fresh. Her face was on the label. Customers came from everywhere. Her pepper became famous, just like her love. She would say, "I lost one husband but gained 6 children." What more can a woman ask for? Today, Blessing is a lawyer. David owns a tech company. Sam runs his own mechanic shop. Grace is a teacher. Peace is an artist. John is a writer. Every year, they feed hundreds of poor children. They also visit orphanages, telling their story to inspire others. They say, "We are not special. We are just lucky that one woman didn't turn her back on us." And every time someone asks, "How did you become so great?" they replied, "Because Madame Sarah believed in us." I'm Larry, and I still live 2 houses away. Whenever I see them drive by, I smile, because I know what true love looks like. I saw it grow right here in the heart of the city. What did you learn from this story? Drop it on the comment section. Please also help us to subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification bell so we will always notify you whenever we upload a new video. Like, share with friends and family. We are grateful to have you on our channel and we welcome you.